have to go to the polls later this year to choose a new governor, and the race is getting a bit crowded on the Republican side. One of the candidates jumping in is my guest tonight. She's former Virginia State Senator Amanda Chase, up late with me tonight here on the Final Five. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Well, Jim, thanks so much for having me on.
So this race over the last couple of weeks, for a while, if you looked at how it was framed, even Winsome Sears and Abigail Spanberger were turning their directions towards each other. But now you're in this race. You're looking to get the signatures to get on the ballot. And I'm curious, why is it important for you to jump into this field?
Well, Jim, I received a number of phone calls from folks across Virginia, a lot of folks who support President Trump. Remember when I ran for governor for 15 months back in 2020, 2021. They trust me. I served them in the state Senate as a strong conservative voice they could count on in the Virginia Senate. People know that I represent the people, the issues that are important to them, I stand up for. Whether we're talking about protecting folks' Second Amendment rights, whether we're talking about protecting our fundamental ability to vote and to have clear, fair, transparent elections here in Virginia. There are a lot of common sense issues that are important to the people of Virginia that I've been strong on for the past 8 years. They know me, they trust me, and they've reached out to me numerous times. I saw the polling, we're down double digits. I heard that there were some issues with our presumed Republican nominees campaign going through 3 campaign teams in a matter of a couple of weeks. And so my concern is this: I want to make sure that we have the best Republican candidate going forward that can take on Abigail Spanberger coming up this fall. I believe I'm that candidate. And in fact, Chris LaCivita, who was President Trump's senior advisor, initially back in 2019 had paired me to run against Spanberger for Congress, actually, back in the day. So we had redistricting, we had a number of changes with districts, and I know the professionals have paired me up to run against her. I'm up for the task. What I'm really excited about, I think when Republicans have a choice where there's excitement around the race, iron sharpens iron. The candidate that we put forward will be the strongest candidate because I've already been through the fire and running for state Senate, served for 8 years, and then again for governor. And I think the competition only makes us have the best candidate.
So people have looked at Virginia over the last several cycles as purple going one way or another. We saw certainly a shift in 2021 when Governor Youngkin was elected. Republicans retook the House of Delegates for a while. Of course, it's in Democratic hands again at this point. But you mentioned some of the things you mentioned about the Second Amendment. I'm curious, when we look at what the big issue was for Governor Youngkin that worked in Northern Virginia, it was controversy in the Loudoun County schools and about parental choice. We know that Abigail Spanberger has talked quite a bit about the Doge cuts and how she thinks that disproportionately hurts Virginia. What's that prime issue you think is going to drive voters in November?
Well, I think there are a number of issues. I don't think there's any one particular issue that's most important to people. People don't trust politicians. They want someone like myself who's a mom who fights for everyone. People know me having served in the state Senate for 8 years. I've taken on both parties, no problem. I've stood up for the issues that were important to people, whether, I'm pushing back against the COVID mandates. I believe it should be a choice, not a mandate. Making sure that people's voice is heard at the ballot box, making sure that we have fair, transparent elections, that all the people get to be involved in. We make sure that their vote counts. That's very important. People are concerned about inflation. They're concerned about the value of their dollar. What we have seen over the last 30 days, which is different than we have seen for over a decade, is that we see Trump 2.0, who has gone in over the past 30 days with Doge and Elon Musk. They have actually uncovered waste, fraud, abuse, and downright theft of politicians and bureaucrats in Washington. And people don't trust politicians. They just don't. And so, I was Senator Transparency in the state Senate. I actually worked together with putting pressure on legislators to put our committee meetings online. It's still in effect to this day, where everyday average citizens who maybe can't go down to Richmond can actually watch committee meetings online. They can participate while legislators are on the dais and have that input. So I'm a well-known statewide elected official who is known for fighting for the issues most important to the people, and they trust me.
Real quick, I know you're working to get those signatures. Where can people get more information about you and your campaign?
Thank you for asking. Folks who are interested in helping me get the 10,000 signatures, 400 in each congressional district, printing off that petition can go to my website at chaseforgovernor.com. Print off that petition, collect signatures from your friends, families, and neighbors, get it notarized, and FedEx it back to our campaign, and that information is on my website.
May I have a Chase on the final five? Hey, thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for having me.
And your final five is back after this.